Math grade 10 Algebra 2. We are in Model 1 Lesson 3 Sperma and End Behavior. Today we want to continue our work in this lesson. We have extra practice. The first question here, identify and estimate the X and Y values of the external round to the nearest tenths if necessary. Right. As you see here in the exercise number 1, we have here the maximum point. How to know the value of X and Y? As you see here, X minus 1 and Y 2. So we can write here maximum minus 1, 2. And this is the minimum. As you see here, 1 in the X and minus 2 in the Y. So minimum one minus 2. For exercise number 2, as you see here, this is the maximum. In the Y, 1, 2, 3, 4. And in the X will be 1. So maximum will be 1, 4. And this is here the minimum. This is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. And here 1 or minus 1. So minimum will be minus 1, minus 1. Here in number 3, we have here the minimum and here the maximum. So the maximum, as you see, we have 2 in the X and 8 in the Y. And the minimum 0, 0 in the X and 4 in the Y. For number 4, as you see, we have 2 points maximum, here and here. As you see here, minus 1 and 6. So maximum the first point minus 1, 6. And the second point one, 6. And here the minimum 0 in the X and 5 in the Y. Who has any question about exercise 1, 2, 3, 4? Clear for all? Okay. Number 5, as you see, we have 2 points minimum. As you see here, negative 17. So the minimum the first point, -2, -17. And the second point, 2 and 17. 2 and -17. And for the maximum, we have this point here, 0 in the x and -4 in the y. For number 6, we have here the maximum, as we see here, the maximum 0 in the x and 1 in the y. So maximum 0, 1, and minimum, this is the minimum, 2 in the x and -3 in the y. Who has any question about exercise number 5 and 6? Clear for all? This is for the external. Now we want to revise how to study the end behavior. As you see in this question, describe the end behavior of each function. As you see the function here will be linear. Like, if I choose here this point, what is the value of x? -1. What is the value of y? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is here 5. 5. If you take this point, so here we have -1, 5. And in this point, 0 in the x and 2 in the y. And if you take this point, this is 1 in the x and -1 in the y. 1, -1. So as you see, if you go right, the value of x here -1, here 0, here 1 will be increased. But the value of y, as you see here 5, here 2, here -1. The value of y will be decreased. The value of y will be decreased. So we can write here x approach to the infinity, y approach to the negative infinity. And if you go left, we have the opposite result. When you go left, as you see here, x1, then 0, then -1. When you go left, x will be decreased, means x go to the negative infinity. And y here, -1, 2, then 5, y will be increased, means y go to the infinity. This is the end behavior. For number 10, if you take this point, as you see here in the x1 and in the y3, means we have 1, 3. And if you take here this point, as you see here, we have -1. And in the y, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, means we have -1, 5. Right. If you take this point, 0, 0. Right. If you go right, as you see here, x will be -1, then 0, then 1, means x increase, means go to the infinity. And y, 5, then 0, then 3. So from 0 to 3 means increase. So y, so here x go to the infinity, y will be go to the infinity. And in the next side here, x, if you go left, x 0, then will be -1, means decrease. So if x go or approach to the negative infinity, the value of y, as you see here, 0, then here 5, means increase, go to the infinity. This is the meaning of the end behavior. Okay. Number 11. The same idea here in this side, when you go left, the values of x will be increased. And also the value of y will be increased. And when you go left, the value of x will be decreased. But the value of y will be increased. Okay. Right. Here, when you go right, the value of x will be increased and the value of y will be increased. So x increased and y increased. And when you go left here down, the value of x will be decreased and also the value of y will be decreased. Okay. For number 13, and this side, as you see in this side, when you go right, x will be increased. Means x approach to the infinity. But the values of y will be decreased. X go to the negative infinity. And here in this side, when you go left, x will be decreased. And y will be increased. number 14, as you see in this side here, when you go right, X will be increase. But Y will be decrease. And when you go left here, X will be decrease. And Y also will be decrease. Who has any question? Clear for all? Okay, for number 16, number 16, the graph shows the balance of money's saving account over time. Describe and interpret the end behavior in the context of the situation. Who can tell me what is the end behavior here in this graph? So listen, if you take this point, this is in the X 3.4, 3.5, and in the Y 10. Take another point. If you take this point in the X5 and in the Y 30. Take next point. If you take this point in the X6 and in the Y 60. So this is X and this is Y. As you see, when you go to the right, X will be what? 3.556 means increase. So X increase means X approach to the infinity. And Y also 10, 30, 60, and Y will be also increase. Is Y go to the infinity or approach to the infinity. Like if you go left, will be get the opposite result. X will be decrease and Y will be decrease. Okay? Clear? So this is our homework, and this is the important extra practice for this lesson. And this is our period for today. Thank you for your listening. Have a nice day. See you, inshallah, in the next week on Monday. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.